All right, so last year, Bamboo got hurt, like really hurt. He was bloody on his neck, and we filmed it all, and it was intense. We got mixed reviews. We were just filming as we were doing it. Some people said you should just tend to the animal, don't worry about filming, film it later. Well, today we had one of those issues that we were not really able to film, but we want to tell you about it. The day that Bamboo got out of his enclosure.
Well, I need to get him off the front of the fence here. I don't know how I'm going to get him over though. I can't get up to him.
I was just sitting here eating breakfast a couple hours ago, and I look over. I usually look right out over outside this window, and I happen to see Bamboo walking right in front of the chicken yard. I don't even know what I said.
Oh my gosh, we have an emu out.
Yeah, so we immediately dropped everything. I was halfway through my breakfast. We dropped everything to go get them in. Let's take you outside.
So I came right around here, right up here at our front fence. Bamboo had walked right over here. And that's where I got the little clip of footage that you saw at the beginning. Bamboo was walking right up and down this fence. It's a good thing that we have this fence here. This is why we started with the front of the property. To keep our kids and our animals off the road. And so this fence goes all the way to the end and even turns a little bit each way. So if our animals were to get to the road, they'd have to go all the way down and around. It's definitely something that we need to finish and complete. So if our animals do get out, we don't really have to panic about them getting out into the world. We used to have harnesses on our emus back when we were at our old house when they were much smaller. And then we took them off because they just didn't need them to have them on anymore. And we've had them here 2 years and they've never gotten out. So she grabbed this dog leash. We wanted to create some way to lasso Bamboo in. So I looped it through to create something to go around Bamboo's neck. There's not really much to grab on an emu. They basically have a neck and a body and legs. And if you grab the legs, you're gonna get kicked. You grab the body, you're not gonna be able to hold on to anything except for feathers. And they're just gonna rip out of that. And so we got this around Bamboo's neck.
The whole idea of putting the rope around the neck is just to lead them, because you really can't herd a emu. They'll just go anywhere they want to go. So we just wanted to force them back into their area where their pen is.
I was trying to walk alongside of him. He was not very agreeable. He's a very friendly emu. When we go into his yard, he'll walk right up to us. He'll want to be petted. He loves when we scratch the back of his head. He was panicking. He was out of his element. He wasn't in an area that he was familiar with. And then to pull him in one direction, he kept fighting it. I was trying to just walk calmly with him, but he was fighting. And so this tightens up. This tightens up around his neck. So he was fighting it. I could hear he was struggling breathing a little bit. I was trying to keep it as loose as possible, but we were almost back to his area. We got right down here. We were trying to get him into the door, and then right about here, he drops down to the ground. Puts his neck down on the ground, and I thought, oh my gosh, did he just break his neck or hurt himself or what happened? And so we were able to loosen up this rope around his neck. And so I think he had just cut off a little bit of the circulation to his neck right about here. Then Becky opens the door and then we get him back inside the door. So then we were able to lead him back inside. He is still spooked. He normally wouldn't run away from us. But right now you hear a little bit of thunder, and that was what caused him to get out. So why did he get out? How did he get out? That's what we want to show you. Last night there was a big storm. It started about 3 or 4 a.m. I was actually up editing a video. I didn't think anything about the emus having an issue because we've had a lot of thunderstorms before and they've never gotten out. And so I see this morning, and Bamboo was over here. Usually he's on the other side, but yesterday it was pretty hot and steamy. We have our pool over here, and so I wanted him to be able to come over and cool off. And so he was in here with Peekaboo. We usually let him in every once in a while. Somehow he got really spooked. We have this fencing. It was stapled or hammered into the door. And so he was able to push it out and squeeze through there. There's a lot of feathers around there, so he got really amped up and got out. Well, Peekaboo was in here as well. Peekaboo did the exact same thing, but to the opposite side. Our outer fences are 6 feet tall. This inner one is 4 feet tall. We have this piece of fencing right here, and it's all hammered in with very big staples. These things are humongous, and so I think she got amped up enough and probably kicked this in and was able to kick it all the way through and push through to the other side. And so all up and down this fence line, literally almost kicking and screaming up and down this, trying to find a way out. I don't know quite why. Peekaboo went this way and Bamboo went that way. Peekaboo, are you all right? Oh, Oh my gosh.
Well, she went in here and shut out.
Yeah, no kidding. She probably would have been gone. She busted right here through this corner. Oh my gosh. Peekaboo, why'd you do that?
So we don't see any physical harm to Bamboo, but Peekaboo is all scratched up. Her neck's rubbed raw, and then oh, it's gonna start pouring on us.
Right on the side. So it looks like it'll heal. It's all just some scrapes on the outside, on the hip, on the neck. So for now, we're gonna have to leave her in here. She jumped in here. So we've got Cashew, we've got Peekaboo, and then on that fence line, we've got Bamboo over there. During breeding season, they do not go well together, and Bamboo would that's where he scratched up his neck last year to start a breeding season. But before we can get anybody back there, before we can get Peekaboo back, we've got to fix the door, and we're gonna have to fix these gates here in the middle. It's gonna rain on us. At least they're in an area where they should not be able to get out of. And hopefully they won't get spooked by any thunder. I gotta get inside. I've got to get some chicks in. We'll come back to the emus. You wanna pet her? Here's our little salmon faverol.
I'm gonna put the eggs in the nesting box.
What eggs?
The pheasant eggs.
Okay. Who's that?
Bubbles.
What's Bubbles doing?
Good.
So we ended up having to bring the guineas back to the aviary. We let them out, and they were good for about a day, and then they made it over to the chickens and the bantam flock, and they were harassing them again, running them out of their coops, so we had to catch them. We brought them back here, and now we'll keep them here longer than a week. We'll try maybe a few weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then maybe we'll try some temporary fencing until we can get the permanent fencing in here. We're here with the Cornish cross, the Murray's Big Red broilers. We're gonna let them outside for the first time today. They've been in this chicken tractor. We've been moving it one spot at a time for the past couple weeks now. They're about a month old. We're gonna build them a bigger house here in the next week, but for now we'll get them out on grass so they can move out in a little bit bigger space because they're getting pretty huge. So these turkeys are about 2 weeks old and they're doing great. We haven't lost a single one of them. We had 20 and we still got 20. They're gonna take about 3 months to get to the size we need. But hopefully next week we'll be able to take them outside. We've got to build a new house for the turkeys and the meat chickens. There's the cow feed. Good job. All right, Dolly, time to milk. Okay, ready? On the count of 3, we'll let them up. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
All right, go ahead and pick them up.
Oh.
You got Jedi?
Yeah, this is Yoda.
We're bringing the peafowl in each night. We've got Jedi here, and we're still working on his or her legs because these guys are fragile, and when we put them in with everybody else, they all end up sitting on Jedi and just spreading his legs out even further. So we've got to keep him inside with Yoda, and then we bring him out during the day to spend time with the rest of them. Here's our hookbill that's got some white or yellowish stripe around the neck right now. It's going to turn out white. The other 2 are solid black, so this one will be a little bit different. That's a turkey. That's our little Narragansett turkey. All right, well, it's time to work on this fence that Bamboo busted through. They had been continuing to bust through this fence here in the middle. We were trying to figure out why. Was it something that they just knew was weak? I spent the afternoon yesterday getting all of that secured, but I figured out why they were doing it. There's Peekaboo, and here's Cashew. Every time I see Peekaboo come outside of the house, I see they start fighting, and so they just don't get along, even if they're in the same area outside of breeding season. The only way we can remedy that is to get Peekaboo back in our own area. So we've got to get this gate off and get it fixed. So he broke this bottom board, broke it apart. So I've got to get that switched out, and then we'll get all the fencing put back together here.
better now than it did before.
There, here, Isaiah, you be the emu. Come here,
You
come here.
need you?
Be an emu. Go. All right, can an emu break through this? I sure hope not. Seems a lot stronger than it was before. All right, Peekaboo, we're ready to get you in your spot. Come on, you can do it. Get back into your yard. Cashew, no. Okay, here we go.
They're both in there now.
Hang on, let's get Cashew back up. Here we go. No. Okay, here we go. All right, Cashew's out. Place where she drums. It's super soft. This whole, you can just tell it's like a big, oh man. She just pumps it full of air. All right, Peekaboo. Her injury is looking much better now. All right. We've got a shade cloth that we put up each year in here just to give them an extra place besides our house to get out of the sun and cool off. What do you think, Bamboo? Ready for summer? You gonna stay in here now? Please don't scare us like that again, Bamboo. That wasn't fun.